Welcome to the replay version of the Parck battle, the third battle in 1945 on Manstein difficulty. You can see I just paused it after these two guys had moved forward. It's now and my ex-paratrooper. Again, just recapping, Goose's forces sort of this. They have to attack down here, break through here and attack down towards this objective in the first phase. While Leach comes in here, and also part of his force comes through here. It's pretty awful terrain, but there's just enough room to drive tanks through, and then we can operate with mountain infantry. That's why I have Parck and Sutkus in this area. They are the only mountain infantry left, and they attack down towards these objectives. Then we take them, secure, and regroup and resupply, and then we go into phase 2 where we deal with the counterattack from down here, and also get our attack into this area here where it's the tanks that need to shield us because we don't have any infantry terrain here. Swamp is horrible, remember that. And we also just continue some low-key operations such as Sutkus killing, kill farming, and Hetznauer is also he's kill farming, but his kill farming is part of the defense of this position. And in the last phase we deal with the 3 bridge engineers down here. That's pretty much it. It's not that difficult to do, so that's also why I have I don't have Wandorf and Kasha with me, and I'm a little bit not massively pumped up with armor, so I need to use them wisely, but I just need enough to hold these flanks here, hold this position here. I have 2 tanks and a Jagdpanther attached to that. That should be enough, and then the most experienced tanks are just carving out the front line here so we can get down to these and take them. The weather was 3 clouded turns and 3 snow turns, so a little bit worse than we should expect. It should have been statistically 2 snow turns and 4 clouded. Also, I should say that this farming by Sutkus was, I think, 65 kills I counted, and I counted more than 100 on Hetznauer. So they're coming along nicely, and we also, of course, got Parck's third hero. We got a third hero on the tank that hasn't seen action. He's now also 5 stars, and we got a movement hero on a Jagdpanther, which makes me think maybe I should try a Jagdtiger for once. I've never really used them. I really like the mobility on the Jagdpanthers, but with +1 movement they might surprise us. Okay, let's just continue in here. This is a classic situation where we just obliterate a position with combined arms. I forgot to strafe that cavalry, by the way. The fighter was supposed to have strafed them. Okay, we get a surrender. There was a bit of a lousy roll there. We're after kills, and kills. And this is what's really good by Hetznauer, so at least that worked. Here comes in with Lind. It's a classic completely obliterate, smash the place up situation here. I also want to see if I can get this one. Okay. And Goose here. Now Goose has a bad roll. And that's really, it's extremely annoying when that happens, because these Katyushas, they will make mincemeat of your infantry if you don't watch out. And again, the focus is everything I do, if I can turn it into infantry kills, I will. And also perfect that he didn't get killed, so we can farm him some more. And if we kill that cavalry, it's a guaranteed kill on him. Then we have traps where they can see the tanks, but not the Ostwinds, so it's a classic situation. Also Sutkus Again, a classic situation here, but he cannot sit out in the open here. The tank needs to cover him. You can also see him getting air defense at the same time with a strafer. It's always worthwhile thinking about how to optimize things. Okay. Yeah, he fired at my infantry. Look at how much suppression he got in on him. It must have been 3 or 4 points. That's just, it's not funny. Getting hit by Katyushas, having my infantry hit by Katyushas is not my idea of fun. On the other hand, he's dead now, that's for sure. And also hitting these bridge engineers in close defense zones, it's actually extremely risky. I don't understand why. Here my big tank is actually going into action, so he needs to do something. But I try to limit it as much as I can. Just having the other units do it or do stuff when it's sufficient. It's not the best use of Rodel in Lent, honestly. But we're waiting for breaking through on Lichka's front to smash the air defense out. Okay, and we finish these 2 air units. You can see again the tactics with the bridge engineers is to take them down to run 1 ammo, hit them with an auxiliary, and then just spank away. Otherwise, it takes a long time to negotiate them down. Otherwise, because they're pretty sturdy and they have a lot of entrenchments. So if you don't do the way I do it here, it takes a very long time to negotiate them down. And as always, I mean, it's a standard thing you should always think about when they're auxiliaries. Should you maybe spend them on this? That's expensive. For now, it's just a completely free hit by Ellerberger, so we like that. Also want to push this one back so I can have 2 tanks next to the Katyusha, so we can't resupply. You can see it's everything here is about feeding kills to Sutkus. The big tank, that's my +5 attack, +1 movement tank, my strongest tank. He's just helping Sutkus, so he's the assistant in this scenario, which is perfect. And of course we make sure we get in front of the infantry so that the tanks can't get to them. And here also it is not advisable to ambush with the Yak Panthers in the close defense zones. It's just I've tried it several times and it's like 2 to 3 points of damage every time you do it. So I went in with my SC Grenadier instead. He was the only one who was available for it. The others were occupied. Now I'm making sure the Sturmovik hits Leechke. So he gets spotting on the Ostwind. Then we can take that Su-85 sitting just south of Allerberger into an ambush. Again, if you can get the AI to do your work, it makes it so much easier. Yeah, that hurts, but it's just an auxiliary and he's now a sitting duck. Also important to get that flak gun to come one step forward. It's much easier to kill him. And there's the other Su-85 getting ambushed by the SC Grenadier. Yeah, this is risky, but we didn't get punished for it. You can see here, this guy has a movement bonus, so you can do that. And we're breaking through both here and here, and it has to be done like this because these guys need to knock out the air defenses and these guys need to take this, and it needs to be done fast. So it has to be both here and here we break through. Also because of course we want to knock that ISU 152 out. But with this movement forward by the 85mm, they get completely destroyed. And yep, those were lucky artillery hits. They even overstrengthened that one, so it tells you the AI has too much prestige. That's expensive to do during combat. Extremely expensive. It is the most dangerous artillery unit that the Soviets have. But as always, we jump them in artillery mode. So if having to deal with these in anti-tank modes, it's just not funny. So I always, when I spot them in artillery mode, I just jump them. You can also notice there's no infantry that can get to Leechke in the swamp. You can also see the purpose was really to make room for Allerberger, who took this path. And that was, of course, as you know, that was planned in detail that he would take that path. Allerberger is really good at doing this stuff in the hills, obviously. Here comes another P2 and a fighter. Yeah, he managed to hit my tank. Again, enhanced traps when we can. Just couldn't figure it out in this case. I probably could have if I had planned it better. No ammo. I'm also using him as a meat shield to protect Sutkus against the tank. At least we didn't have snow here. Then it wouldn't have been funny with two limping back. And they're also now running out of fuel, or going low on fuel because of the frozen ground conditions. Yeah, I should have had an enhanced trap on behind the footage pine. The Austrian should have been sitting where the full farmer is sitting. And we got snow now, so the bastard flies back. And I was very surprised that he flew down towards the airfield in the south east corner. But also, this is not the worst time for a snow turn. Even though we can't supply very well, we can still get some supplies in. It really is expensive to move around in this, as we know, in fuel. Also not running that one out of ammo. So we can just sit and spank away at them. It really is so much faster. And another rock defense. But no more ammo. I think Goose is actually close to 1,000 kills. Maybe he's even above. Would be really cool to get the 30 on him. Another one out of ammo. This I don't understand. It's just they didn't have spotting on him. That's the third hero on at Allerberger. I was surprised that the artillery fired at Friedrichshain. I would have thought the auxiliary was more attractive. It's really dangerous if you get hit by if your infantry takes a really big artillery hit, it's very dangerous. Also need to prepare for the last air attack incoming. doing everything I can to keep the artillery out of the fight. There they come. And that was a bit odd. I must have miscalculated. They couldn't reach Lichke. If they could have, they would have. So. Yeah, we don't like that. This air attack is really easy to finish off. 3 Austrians and then the fighters mop it up. No more enemy air force. And another one. Okay. I didn't think about that move with the scout over at Leech. It's actually a trap. Didn't think about it. That's an ambush. Didn't think about it. But it's pretty smart. this area, it's tank business. That's why we are coming forward with the tanks in the front. There's really no good infantry terrain. Remember, swamp is not good infantry terrain. You have to be careful if you put them in the swamps. Just using them as piñatas. Goose is getting a lot of kills. It's really good. Also hits now, obviously, a better position than what Sutkus had. But hits now really was the one who needed to catch up, so it made sense to have him be the focal point, or the main focus for gaining kills. Movement +1. They are just perfect for piñatas. This issue 76. Spotting +1 on that guy. It's not a bad hero for. It's not for tanks. It's okay. For tanks, it's okay. As long as you don't have too many of them, then it gets too watered out, of course. But this is perfectly okay. It takes a long time for Sudkos to kill that one. It was supposed to have been Adlerberg and Sudkos and Friedrich Pine in the front here, but I switched this guy in instead because Adlerberg got his third hero. It gives me a little bit of a dilemma because I think the next battle I really need mountain infantry, so I'm not sure what to do if I don't deploy Adlerberg. I think I won't deploy him. Then I'm pretty sure I have others that need more attention than he does. Finally. Yeah, I don't know why that I think the AA gun actually won't move forward to fire because he's sitting next to a victory hex. I've seen it before. So he's glued to the victory hex. I remember I saw it also at the Yakov level. That I think is, I know, yeah, 4 stars Ice 2 we've seen before. It was Lieutenant Boyko in that gold up. I haven't seen a 5-star yet. We got snow, so yeah, this was not correctly done, but I don't really care. It's just as long as I can get some kills on my infantry, I'll take the losses that I have to pay for it. course, when you're packed with artillery the way I am, it's you smash through anything. And that's the intention, of course. We don't bring a knife to a gunfight here. This was just a... I should have should have looked at that carefully. He would have damaged. He would have hit at attack for his spine afterwards. So. But also the battle went 2.5 hours, so I think I got a little bit sloppy towards the end. Yeah, it's not cheap to attack those. Snow again. That's a serious paratrooper, that's a 5-star. As far as I recall. Yeah, he's a 5-star. Okay, and almost done. Okay, you can see there's this one left, and there's a bit left here, and there's this force over here left. Thank you for watching.